Imagine you hire the world's most intelligent person as your new marketing manager. Unparalleled genius, knows everything about marketing, branding, social media, client psychology, all of that stuff. But on their first day on the job, you tell them to update our marketing campaign. What are they going to do? What's that going to look like? You know what it's going to look like. It's going to look like a generic piece of marketing garbage. And why is it going to look like generic marketing garbage? Because genius without context is useless. We're coming into 2026. AI is the number one topic for business owners around the world. AI is that genius. But the quality of work that we can get AI to do depends almost entirely upon the context we give it. Let's dive into it. Before we can really grasp how important context is to AI, we need to understand that AI doesn't think like a human being thinks. AI matches patterns. That's its job. Even more specifically, AI tries to find and match patterns that we, the human user, will be happy with. That is how it has been trained to work. They're not looking for truth. They're looking to please us. That's just the way AI works. So, what does context mean to an AI, not a human being? Without context, AI matches generic patterns. It gives us generic answers. The more context we can give it, the more nuanced contextual patterns it will match to, the better answers it will give us, the better results we can get from AI. Let's look at the evolution of context and AI. Phase one of the AI age is low context. When ChatGPT launched, we treated it like Google. We would ask it short questions and we would get immediate answers. And for the first 6 months of using ChatGPT, that was fantastic. We were all blown away by how amazing ChatGPT was. The problem is, after 6 months, we all became a little underwhelmed of the responses we were getting from ChatGPT. We were getting surface. We were getting basic. If we wanted detail, it actually made more sense for us to do a proper deep Google search and look at a bunch of different sources and come up with a more nuanced contextual answer. We also learned prompt engineering. We were told by AI experts on YouTube and on TV news programs that we needed to get better at the questions we were asking AI. If we wanted to get better answers from AI, we needed to ask better questions. Prompt engineering. In fact, for a while there, prompt engineering was going to be the career of the future. So what happened with that? Phase number 3 of AI is specialized tools. Tools that have been trained with a very specific context. That could be image generators like DALL-E or Nano Banana, video generators like Sora. It can also be tools that helped you build AI apps or websites for your business. These are specific tools that have been trained to give you specific answers. They have put the context right in the tool. We do not have to engineer those prompts to get that specific answer. So that's phase 3. Phase 4 of the AI evolution brought contextual containers to us. What do I mean by that? I mean custom GPTs, I mean Claude projects, I mean Gemini gems, things like that where we can add very specific context that the AI will remember or be able to refer to every time. Guarantees much better answers. Fantastic. Custom GPTs and Claude projects and Google Gems also solve the problem of AI forgetting things. They always have that context on hand. Phase 5, AI agents. So what separates a AI agent from a phase 4 custom GPT or a Claude project? The big difference is that for an AI agent to be an AI agent, it needs to be able to take action. You ask it a question, you tell it to do something, it relies on that context that you've given it, and then it goes out and does the thing. Phase 6, pulled context. So what do I mean by that? Imagine if you took a phase 4 AI tool. So you've got a custom GPT or a Claude project. So you have already loaded it up with all of this context. But now, instead of just working question and answer where you ask that AI a question and it feeds you an answer, what if the AI actually came back at you with more questions and tried to pull more context out of you, imagine what that would do for the results that you get from your AI. The reason that not many AI tool creators are doing this is because it's very, very complicated and uses a ton of AI resources. But I think it's something that we need to really discuss and really get into and look at how we can get so much more from our AI, whether it's ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini. What do we end up with when we look at all 6 of these phases of the AI evolution? We look at incremental improvements on context. AI is either making it easier to provide context, Claude projects, custom GPTs, or it's preloading context in with specialized tools, Nano Banana, Sora, things like that. Or it's extracting that context intelligently, phase 6, that context pulling. Some would call it Socratic questioning. But at the end of the day, the goal of OpenAI and Claude are to try to close the gap between the super intelligence of AI and your specific needs. And they're doing that with context. Every evolution of AI so far has involved improving the context. So, what does this mean for you? The next time you use an AI, whether it's ChatGPT or Claude or a custom tool, and you don't get the answer that you wanted to get, realize that the problem is not the AI itself. It's not the intelligence. It's the context that we're giving it. And we need to think, how are we going to give it that context? Are you going to get better at prompting? Are you going to become a prompt engineer? It's free. That's one way to go. Are you going to pay for to be able to use custom GPTs and Claude projects and Gemini gems? It's a better option. It costs you a little bit of money. Are you going to try to find tools that pull context? These Socratic AI tools, definitely going to cost you more money, but will give you much better results. Or do you wait until OpenAI and Anthropic and Google start building more context into their existing tools? That is another option. OpenAI and Anthropic and the rest of them, they know that context is the problem and they are working on improving that. You know, a year from now, 2 years from now, the products that they are giving us are going to be so much better. So you can wait. The underlying principle remains the same. Genius without context is useless. Context is the difference between AI that frustrates and AI that genuinely helps. You don't need to become a prompt engineer. You don't need to take courses on AI. You just need to understand when AI fails, it's almost always because it doesn't have the context it needs about your specific situation, the question you're asking, your business. And now that you understand that, you can fix it. And that understanding, that puts you ahead of almost everybody else who is using AI out there. Start evaluating your AI interactions through the context lens. And follow me for more of this amazing information. Thanks very much. For my next video, I'm going to dive into AI sycophancy, or as the kids call it, AI glazing. Anthropic just came out with a very interesting video about AI sycophancy, and I plan on ripping them apart. So stay tuned.